We are continuing to track power outages this morning. This is a look at Evergy's map. Also shows outages in Wichita, Topeka, central Kansas as well. Most of the outages are there, but we have seen several power lines down and trees down in different areas. About 29,000 now without power across central Kansas and Kansas City combined. That is ticked down from what, 39,000 when our show started a couple hours ago, and 90,000 overnight?
Yes, also seen photos like this from viewers sending to us, trees down from lots of different parts of our viewing area. This coming in from a rural Linwood neighborhood there. A viewer named Yvette sent us this photo this morning. Yvette, thank you for sending that in.
We also got one from Independence sent to us on X earlier this morning.
Of a branch on top of a car this morning.
Let's get to earlier. Olivia Acree was in Overland Park where she saw a tree that had fallen on a house.
Joins us again this morning, I believe still in Overland Park, where you're seeing something maybe even worse than what you saw a little bit earlier, right?
It's really hard to decide which is worse. I'm just down the road from that house that we were at earlier that had power lines down, a pretty big limb, did some extensive damage on a house. But here is a really big tree that is totally down, took a major power line with it. It looks like it just narrowly missed that apartment complex behind, but you can kind of see some cars behind it. It looks like a truck right there. It might have been hit pretty badly, but we did see one car was able to get out a little bit earlier. And just as we've been driving around near this apartment complex throughout the morning, we've seen, it looks like some residents coming out to survey the damage, and just lots of smaller limbs everywhere. But this one is pretty major. And in this area that we've been in near 85th and Metcalf, we've seen a lot of damage. About an hour ago, as we were driving, we saw some, it probably was the city of Overland Park, picking up some limbs throughout the street. They're mostly pushed out of the street at this point, the major roads, but they're really everywhere in this area. And like pointing out, this tree is just huge. We're keeping our distance this morning because of all of these power lines. It doesn't look like this apartment complex has power behind us, but yeah, kind of in this entire area, it looks like it's kind of few and far between the power with all of the limbs down. But we'll kind of keep tracking throughout the morning and see what other areas that we can show you.
I mean, thankfully that fell the way it did and not onto the building. Olivia, thank you very much.